As I mentioned at the start of the show, May is Older Americans Month. Connie and Mary join us with details on how Aging and In-Home Services uses this month to help educate seniors in our area. I didn't get a card for either of you, or I didn't even know it was a holiday. What is Older Americans Month?
You know, Older Americans Month is our favorite month because it really does shine a spotlight on older adults, older Hoosiers, and the difference that they make in their communities.
So how does it give you a chance to, I guess, re-engage the older population? Well,
what's fun is that it's a presidential proclamation. We've had a president that's done this since President Kennedy back in 1963. So it happens pretty much every year. And there's a theme every year. And this year, that theme is engage at every age.
Yeah, I cheated. I read the bottom of the screen.
Sorry.
The picture you sent. So what does that mean, engage at every age?
We know the fun part about engagement, when you think about it, is for most of us, throughout most phases of our lives, engagement just comes naturally. If you're a kid, you're in school and athletic or academic activities, and you're engaged. If you're a young professional, you are at work and you have a social circle that is attached to that work. You become a parent, you have children, you're engaged again in schools. All of those things just happen as a naturally occurring part of our lives. But for some reason, when we think about people being older, we think not about engagement, but disengagement.
Right.
Nothing could be further from what we need to see happen in order to age successfully.
And so we want to keep people at home, or most people want to stay at home, but we also want to keep them engaged, which may mean, I mean, what does that look like to get people out of the home and still keep them in the home, if that makes sense?
Engaged is different for every person, and we like to say that we're not a cookie cutter kind of service. It is unique to each and every individual. So the how to keep people engaged varies, which is why we've switched to something called person-centered planning.
So yeah, this is the key, the how. So what does person-centered planning look like?
Well, for one thing, it means that we talk to you about where you're at in your life and what it is you need to motivate you and to engage you. One of the case managers we have told me one time that the individual they were working with, they wanted to be engaged in their great-granddaughter's wedding. And so everything they did was to be able to stand up and walk into the church. That's their level of engagement. However, if you are talking to someone who's doing the Senior Olympics, their level of engagement is a lot different than that. So how is about a broad range of services tailored to you.
I again find that remarkably difficult to imagine that you guys are able to do that so individually, because there's just obviously the differences between somebody who's, you know, a wedding and a Senior Olympics. That's really big.
Which is why we start by talking to people. It's, like I said, not a cookie cutter. We don't say, this is what you need. We say, what is it you want to do?
So the term case management, is this what we're talking about here? Is really person by person. That's what we mean.
And case management is just one of our services. And you're right, we are going to be here again, and we hope to acquaint your listeners with all of the various services that are available to them through Aging and In-Home Services.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that here on the way, about, again, what it looks like to stay at home, but to stay at home safely and stay engaged still and independently. There's a lot of great things that we're going to learn about here as this Insight Show rolls on. If you would like to learn more, go to AIHS.org, AIHS.org. We will be right back here on Insight.